Alright guys, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the LifeProof NÜÜD case. This has screenless technology, lets you touch the native screen on it. Brand that I've gone to for my past couple of phones. I've had it for the 4S and the 5. So we are upgrading here to the LifeProof NÜÜD. It's going to retail about $100. Good investment if you have a mid-level or even a low-level case. This is probably something you're going to want to eventually make an upgrade to, just for quality, for durability, waterproofing, and shock protection. Being rideshare drivers, we're using our phone a lot, in and out, taking it out of the car and whatnot. If you're a DoorDash driver, if you're Uber, Lyft, we're going to be moving our phones around a lot. So you really want to invest in a good phone case just for durability purposes, because it is such a crucial part of the equipment that we need. So looking at the case, we have the NÜÜD logo here. You can see screenless, fearless, and there's that proofing capabilities. You see here it's for the iPhone 7. Not sure why they put the storage here. It really doesn't matter. It'll fit all iPhone 7s here. So here's a good front look of the case. We did get the black matching the matte black iPhone 7. Again, here's a little bit more of the front. All right, let's take a look at the back of the packaging here. You can see right here up top, you can actually touch the actual touch screen. That is why it's called the NÜÜD case. You're actually going to touch the native screen, which is nice. You can put some Gorilla Glass over it or some kind of protector, but it is nice to have that native touch for responsiveness. You can see it is marked as submersible, as you can see in the front there. The current iPhone is rated to be submersible, but you can see here you get the 2 meters for 1 full hour. Let's say you drop it who knows where, but it's submersible for 1 hour at 2 meters, which is nice, and you are paying for additional waterproofing with this case. You can see below that, you can see it's sealed from dirt, dust, and snow, in addition to being waterproof. And what that does is, since it is sealed, and that's all the ports actually, so the speakers, power, lighting ports, even the camera in the back, those are all covered, those are all sealed. Nothing to really worry about there, but it is added protection. You can see here the waterproofing rating, the IP68, a little bit more of the logoing on the side. And that's about it. We have some barcode, some more information here on the bottom. And that's about it, guys. Again, premium packaging. This is a good box, good packaging for a $100 product. So that's about it for the packaging. Looks like we can go right into the unit and installation. All right, so let's start the unboxing here. Let's look at the inside. Let's see what we got here on the inside of the box. All right, so as we open it here, and actually it looks like there's a little magnetic closure here on the cover. Just some more branding material on the inside. You see here is a good display of the actual native touch. You can see you are actually touching through the case basically, and touching the native iPhone screen, which is great. Full access, it says, to the ports, buttons, and consoles. And it does say sleek design, which is nice. This is a really modern case. It's actually, in my opinion, going to be slimmer than the OtterBox Defenders. I've actually had an OtterBox Defender, and I could immediately tell the difference. OtterBox is going to be a little bit boxier. The LifeProof is nice and slim. It's a nice, modern, sleek design, which I like. All right, well, we have a little bit of a seal up top here, so let's just take our knife and open this up here. All right, here we go. Honestly, I'm really excited. I mean, this is I haven't had a case upgrade since the 5S, so this is pretty exciting, guys. All right, here we go. Here it is, the LifeProof NÜÜD for iPhone 7, guys, in the black colorway. Very modern, very sleek, loving it already. Let's see what's else in here. We got a whole lot of nothing, guys. We got nothing else in there. Okay, we'll just set that aside then. All right, here's our first look. Check it out, guys. You got a plastic material on the outside here. A nice hard, durable material though. Good feel to it. It's a nice matte black, pretty much just matching the phone itself, which is great. And you can see here, see if you can pick it up against the light here. You got a nice kind of high gloss finish, which is a good accent. And if you have the jet black version, that's going to look especially good complementing the jet black iPhone. You can see here kind of along the bezel area as well, you can see some of that contrast shine, which again will stand out great against the jet black here. But either one, honestly, either one. All right, let's look at some of the materials here. A device test kit, that's great, guys. We're going to go into that. LifeProof is still providing a test unit, really is what it is. It's a dummy phone, basically. It's going to be a shell of your phone, so you can put it in the case, submerge it here, like you can see, for 30 minutes, and you're just going to ensure its waterproofing capabilities. They see here, take a look at it. That's what that means. And going over some of the, there it is, submerge for 30 minutes just to test the waterproofing. All right, and looks like step 5 is the, they're calling it a key. It's basically a prying tool. You can see there you're going to start it at the corners and you're going to pry around the case should you need to take it off. Some care and maintenance, you can pause that if you want to read that there. It's talking about some of the gaskets and seals. All right, that's about it. Nice little form factor there. Let's put that off to the side. And all right, yeah, here's our dummy case. So before exposing device to water, this is a test unit. And you can actually see it's already sitting in the rear of the case, that blue piece. Let's see if we can take it out here. Should just be able to come right out. There we go. All right. So yeah, here we go, guys. This is just a dummy case. This is all plastic. There's nothing to it really, just a shell. And should you like, you can put it in the case, submerge it in water, and check for any bubbles, check for any leaks, just to ensure the waterproofing capabilities. Next item is a microfiber cloth, and this is actually great. This is good for cleaning your phone because obviously you're going to want to clean the phone before you put it in the case. That way it stays pristine. So when you take it out of the case, the phone's going to look great. You're not going to have any dust, any debris that's rubbing in between the case and the phone. So honestly, you always want to use one of these, guys. I mean, it doesn't have to be this one, but you want to use a microfiber cloth when cleaning your phone, just to prevent scratches. Don't use any paper towels, don't use any tissues, toilet paper, anything like that. Even an old t-shirt, which I've heard can be fine, and I've done that on older phones and it's been fine, but you never know if there's any particulate in there, anything that can damage your very expensive investment. So I advise always use a clean microfiber cloth like this, and put it back in the bag, or put it in a bag so you don't have any debris that gets on it, which is going to scratch your phone. All right, next item, looks like we have a LifeProof sticker. This is actually pretty sweet. This is a la OtterBox or a la Apple, if anyone has those products, which they do something similar here. That's pretty cool, guys. So if you want to put that anywhere, put that on the MacBook out there on the table. Who knows? Stick it on your phone case. That's pretty cool. All right, here's some warranty information. Let's see here. It looks like a period of 1 year from original date of purchase. So 1 year there, and then they're going to repair the product using new or refurbished parts. No problem there. I've not had to submit any repair RAs or anything like that to LifeProof, but this is a quality company. Good products, guys. That's a strong warranty. For anything that's broken, they'll fix it. All right, here's our pry tool, or our key, I guess they're calling it. This is what you're going to use to actually get in there, to get into the corner of the case should you need to take the case off. I've done it maybe once a year. That's all you really need to do, just to clean the phone out. Because if you are opening and closing your charging door, that gate, debris may get in there and it may get in the case. So should any debris get on the phone itself, you're going to want to clean it. Maybe once a year is fine, but really, you can honestly never take the case off again. I mean, this is a pretty airtight case, guys. All right, let's check out the back here. That's that clear piece here on the table. Now, this is going to connect with this piece, which is the open window front frame there for the phone. And again, that's how you have the native touch here. You can see it's really just a open-faced front. And again, when these come together, it's going to be completely sealed. All the ports here, you can see the camera is going to have a film over it. The fingerprint sensor does have a film over it, and that still lets you use the Touch ID, okay, which is maybe a concern, maybe you're not sure. It does let you use the Touch ID, and it's very responsive. No problems using that on the front of the phone. So let's look at the back here. You can see the, it's kind of tough to see in the camera, but maybe a film or a protective piece over the lens itself, which honestly is pretty good because while this does have superb drop protection, you don't want anything to scratch your lens because that is a big feature of the phone, at least for me if you take pictures. So that's a good feature. You can see here some of the volume rockers right there. You got the mute button for the sound right there. Other end, we got the power button. More of the same. A nice kind of industrial look on these buttons. Let's look at the bottom. You can see these speaker ports. That's actually a micro mesh, and you can see the charging hinge here, but these are a micro mesh that is basically impermeable to water. If water sits on that, it's not going to go through that mesh. It's so fine. Now, it's not completely waterproof. Under pressure, water can get under there, to get through there. But that's what makes the speakers waterproof. And again, you're not going to have any problems. You submerge that in the sink, you drop it in a pool. That's going to be a great feature to have, guys. All right, guys, we're back, and we are now going to install the case. We took the iPhone 7 down here from the tripod for filming purposes and put another phone up there for recording. So here we go. Here's my iPhone 7. This is the matte black, like I mentioned. Just has this clear silicone case. It's a pretty solid basic case. I think it was from Amazon, a couple bucks. I'll link for that below. Really, the reason I got this was just for some basic scratch protection, because when you put that back of the phone on the table, there may be debris on the table, and there may be something that can scratch up your phone. So that's a good investment, pretty inexpensive. And if you're all right, so here is the phone itself. See if you can catch the hue. There we go. You can catch the hue in the light there. So yeah, it's nice. The clear back end is going to allow us to see that. So let's just take this microfiber cloth here and clean the phone. And definitely don't skip this step, guys. They provide that for you for a reason. There could be debris in the phone that could get more ground in and scratch the backing or scratch the screen if it's kept on there. And really, you don't want any unsightly fingerprints. You don't want any dirt on there. So it doesn't make much sense to have a case on there if you're going to have some imperfections. You want your phone looking good. You want to have a clear visibility of the screen. So let's take this out here and let's take a look at it. It's got some nice branding on there. Let's say that's maybe 5x5, I'd say there. Let's get a good look at it. There we go, guys. Yeah, pretty good size. Nice finish to it. Nice and clean. So let's take our phone here, and we're just going to lightly provide some pressure here. And You'll see I'm going in just small circles, maybe even up and down. For me, it doesn't really matter. I trust the quality of these microfiber cloths. So basically, we're just getting off any fingerprints, any oil, anything like that. So let's take a look here. And it looks really good. We got maybe that one little spot here on the right. And make sure you get all sides here. Just trying to get any debris, any dirt, any fingerprints off of it. Of course, we're still handling the device here, but let's just try to get as much off as we can. Let's clear the logo in here. Pretty good. See how a little bit right here you can see, so I'm just gonna hit that again. All right, looks pretty good. All right, so we have the bottom of the case, and we're gonna start by putting the bottom of the phone in. You can see here the angle you want to start at. Just start with the bottom, something similar to what I'm doing right here. So that's just gonna lay right into the case here. Put in really just light pressure to put that in, but honestly it falls in quite flush with the bottom of the case. You can see here how flush that is with the case. Really a nice minimalist modern style case, guys. You can see right there how nice and flush that is with the 7. So we take our top piece here, and again, let me just display the actual screen itself. So really what you're looking at is just the top here, and you can see that's what you're going to be doing to the phone. You get that native touch. You are honestly reaching through the front of the screen. This is, of course, what they mean by the LifeProof NÜÜD. And here, you can see those gaskets. And there's actually 2. You can see the gaskets on the O-rings, I should say, on the outside of the phone and on the inside kind of bezel area where the screen would be. Right there, you can see them both. So that's what's going to provide the additional waterproofing from any water getting into this case right there with those 2 gaskets. All right, so we have the phone in the rear of the case, and just like the back, we're going to start with the bottom here. I'm just going to show you again, right like that. I'm going to start on the bottom, and we're going to provide pressure to these bottom corners just like that, and you're going to feel it snap. Just feel it connecting with the rear of the case here, and we're just going to move upwards, just closing each side here, just like that. Just really make sure that all is secure right around the sides, the corners. Easy access to that charging gate. So if you do need to charge it, there you go. Very easy, and that's waterproof as well. So there we go. Very nice, very durable, top of the line case, guys. Complements your iPhone either colorway. And we'll give you another nice shot here of the contrast. You can see right here, you got the matte black contrasted by the high gloss kind of jet black. So actually I kind of feel like they were gonna design this to pair with either colorway, knowing that both were going to work well with this case. A little more on the protection. This camera light sensors right here in the front facing camera, those are covered, of course. You can see the membrane film over the fingerprint scanner. That's protected as well. Again, it does work with Touch ID, no problem there. All right, let's look at the back. Here is the nice, completely clear back of the case. Let's just show off the color of the 7. You got some gloss, high contrast on the camera portion. Some nice industrial pieces, kind of has that riveting effect on the buttons and the ports, which I like. And you can see here just a close-up of the protection of the lens. And I do apologize for the fingerprints, guys. A lot of handling today. So you can see that cover of the camera, cover on the light sensor does not affect performance. Just keep it clean, keep an extra microfiber cloth. All right, guys, let's talk about taking the case off here. You can see here, right around the outside is where we're going to go with the key tool, but we're going to start right here on the sides. We're going to start on the corners first per the instructions. So if you see here, if we take our key tool, that's where we're going to start. That's where either side doesn't matter, but that's where you're going to want to start. Okay. Now also what you can see here, I have the charging door open. Make sure you have that as well, just so the case can come apart. So you can see the arrow right there. Note the arrow on the key tool. That's what goes in first, of course. We're just going to see if we can get in here with the key tool. All right, and yes, just like that. See, you just put that in there. Maybe turn it slightly counterclockwise just to pry that open, but really you didn't even need to do that, and just kind of popped right open there for us. So we'll show you the other side here. Just take a look at that other spot right here. Okay, same thing. Let's put our key in the side, and I'm going to have to probably get a better grip on this for you guys, but all right, there we go. So removing the case, you want to start on the sides here, right at the bottom, right where we got that opening. So you can see here, right here on the side, you can see it's starting to come apart. I'm really just alternating both sides, and we're just going to work our way and pull away from the case. Just like that, just kind of the opposite of what we did for the installation. All right, there we go. Just kind of came off just like that. And to give you an idea here, let me show you the motion that you have to take it off. Just the bottom first, kind of peel it upwards. All right, so let's put that back on just the way that we did for the installation. All right, guys, Driver Mike here. Thanks for watching. This has been a review of the LifeProof NÜÜD for iPhone 7. Awesome case, guys. If you're looking to make an upgrade, if you have a lower level, mid-level phone case, put the investment down, invest in your phone, the phone that we use so much for driving, for apps, and even just personal use. Make the investment. This is a top-of-the-line phone. Love it. It looks great. It is durable, and it's by a trusted company, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.